Hello there.
So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm recording this episode right after finishing episode 10. I edited episode 10 in the meantime, in between episodes, and I noticed something in the edit, actually. I was, obviously going through, cutting up and chopping up the video, and I was paying attention to the dialogue, especially early on in the episode, and this is what I love about Lost. I love how you can, on a rewatch, or like I was doing in the edit, you pay attention, or you sometimes miss certain bits of dialogue that will potentially have a payoff in that very episode, or potentially foreshadow some future things, which I saw earlier on in the episode, which in a potential, in that interaction, with Claire and Locke, is it potentially foreshadowing something that's going to happen to Claire's child? Because Locke says, and Locke obviously has the eye injury, or potentially something is going to happen to his eye in the future. Maybe that's foreshadowing something to happen with Locke as well. But Locke does say to Claire, it was your responsibility and you gave him away. So obviously I think Claire's going to give birth to a baby boy, but something is going to happen to that baby boy in the future. Is that baby boy going to get taken away? Is Claire going to give him away because she doesn't realize, or she doesn't think that she has the capabilities as a mother to raise a child? So it's going to be interesting to see. Like I said, it's potential foreshadowing for something that's going to happen to Claire. And as you saw with that psychic last episode, he said to Claire, you must raise the child yourself. So very interesting stuff, and does it tie into potentially maybe is there a rival group of humans on the island? We've seen Danielle, we've seen Ethan the imposter at the end of last episode. What's going to happen now? So like I said, is there a rival group of humans that's been here long before, part of that 16-year old ship crash with Danielle and Ethan? Is there a rival group of humans that's potentially gonna face off against the ones we have been following this entire series? So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes down, and are they going to potentially kidnap Claire's child in the future, or is something going to happen to Claire's child in the future? So yeah, lots of tidbits in that last episode. I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait to get into this episode. I'm sorry for rambling on for 2 minutes here, but yeah, I'm very heavily invested, as you can see, in Lost at the moment, and I was paying attention in the edit to bits of dialogue that I missed or didn't, commentate on last episode. But yeah, that's what I love about it. And I guess you guys who have watched Lost, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I don't know how many times, would have picked up on those tidbits on your rewatches. So yeah, I'm trying my best to pick up on everything on the first watch. But yeah, it's a mission, and I love it. It's a whole mystery, it's a whole puzzle. So yeah, what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 24-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shitty shot. Today, we are up to episode 11 of Lost Season 1 for the very first time. We are reaching the halfway point after this episode. And this episode is titled... it's a fantastic title. Yeah, all the best Cowboys have daddy issues. We're going to get into the reaction. We're going to have some fun with this thing. And as always, let's absolutely smash it. Let's go.
He wasn't on the plane.
Who wasn't on the plane?
Ethan, the Canadian guy. He's not in the passenger manifest.
Well, where the hell is he?
I don't know. I saw him yesterday, but now...
Has anyone seen
Saeed's
Ethan?
leg.
Has anyone seen Ethan?
Yeah. He went to get some wood. Took off on the path to the beach. Is he okay? What happened?
He's on the path to Claire.
Charlie?
Yeah, Claire and Charlie.
Where's Charlie?
He went after Claire.
That would have been awesome, you guys watching this at the time it very first aired. You had to wait a week in between episodes, I believe. So yeah, end on this cliffhanger and potentially leading on to the next week. You guys probably theorizing what's going to happen and possibly very excited for the next episode.
What is it? Drag marks here. And here.
Here, Charlie. They were together.
Ethan kidnapped them. Yeah. Ethan, or potentially a friend or someone else. There could have been more than one imposter on the beach.
Charlie! Jack! Claire! Jack!
This is a fun watch, man. I'm enjoying this show. This is a fun watch. I'm not going to lie. It's great. It's great.
Saeed said there were others.
Saeed said that we're not alone.
Semantics.
Saeed's injured. We don't even know where he went. He's delirious.
Just telling you what the ground is telling you.
So which way is the ground telling you that they went?
Jack, we don't know what's going on here.
We know enough.
We need to prepare. We could be back at the caves in 10 minutes. Organize a search party, get wet.
Which way did they go, Locke?
Jack's that hero, man. Needs to save everybody. But still, at the same time, I feel like he's a little bit in denial about what's going on the island. He tries to think there's probably a medical explanation for everything. And your own dad supervising a surgery like that?
It's over. Call it.
You let him go alone.
Don't worry. I'll catch up. What's the word from the beach?
Nothing. Nobody has seen him. I'm coming with you.
I figured you might.
What are you doing?
Oh no, she came to the rape caves.
We need to get our
No!
water and get back
Heard
to the
you're
beach.
forming a
Thank you, thank you. Okay, they're just getting water.
This is a deserted island. There's no choppers, no Amber Alerts. How exactly are you going to find them?
By following Ethan's trail. No one can walk through the wilderness without leaving signs, bending blades of grass, breaking twigs, especially with captives in tow. And yes, I could use another hand if you're up for it. I'm up for it. We must get moving.
You know, big up Locke, man. When it's one of us, he's on the mission. He's on the hunt.
I can take Clinton, and he can sniff something that belonged to Charlie, and I can help.
I said no, man. Hey, Locke. Hey, look, you know, a lot of us don't just want to sit here waiting for news.
Thanks, but we're set. Anyone else just gonna slow us down?
Okay? Maybe I'll just put together another party.
Good idea. We're going north. I suggest you go south.
Hey, what happened to the golf game? Come on. This ain't no time for golf, to be fair. I love that we're 11 episodes in, or like, you know, almost 11 episodes in, and we haven't scraped the surface with the island itself. And it's already playing a major part.
They called me,
I was right upstairs.
and you should have stayed upstairs. And how did you find out?
One of the nurses came to get me.
Who?
It's none of your business.
Oh, thank God I have you and some anonymous nurse to rescue me.
She told me that your hands were shaking.
You tell me, if you were upstairs and I was in a restaurant having lunch, then why did they call me?
How many drinks did you have at lunch, Dad?
So that's a negligence case waiting to happen.
Jack! What? I hunted with Ethan. I spent time with him. I never sensed anything off. But for everything that I know about hunting and tracking, whoever he is, he knows more. If we catch up with him, I don't want anything to happen to the only trained physician on the island. So go back. Be the doctor. Let me be the hunter.
Big up Locke, man.
Can we go now?
I like that the characters themselves are actually making rational and smart decisions on the island itself. And one thing I got to commend the show for as well is that the characters themselves always seem to be affected on the island. Always seem to be affected by the island itself. Whether it be, you know, the sweat, or the scarring, like stuff like that, if you get what I mean, like the attention to detail on the characters themselves. They look like the climate of the island is affecting them, whether they be in the caves or the beach, it will be affecting them in some way. And I like that the characters themselves don't always look squeaky clean. It doesn't immerse you into the show itself. And I know it's like a simple thing in terms of like, oh yeah, they were mooned on a deserted island, they've been here for nearly a month or over a month. And it's expected by the creators themselves, the production team, to make sure the characters themselves look like that. But you'd be surprised. There are some movies or TV series I've watched where it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like the characters themselves are in a dire situation. Like there's nothing on them that suggests, you know, they're in this type of situation or this type of climate. And an example I'd like to use recently, and I like this film. I had my issues with it, but I liked it, is Alien Romulus. There was a scene in the movie, spoilers, where the characters themselves are in a room that's freezing in temperature and decreasing. And there's not a lick of that on the characters themselves that indicates the temperatures are freezing, or the room itself begins to heat up, I believe, in the movie. I've only seen it once, I can't remember. But there's a situation where the room begins to heat up and flood again, and there's not an indication of that on the characters. Especially when they enter the room and it's freezing temperatures, you don't get the sense that the characters themselves are freezing. They just walk, oh yeah, it's normal. They're walking about like in a room like there's nothing happening. It doesn't feel like subpar temperatures, and it doesn't immerse you into the situation they're in. And I know, like I said before, you guys probably think, oh, it's simple, but it's an easy thing to overlook. Like, and Lost doesn't overlook that so far.
Follow me.
I'm trying to help, and all the guy can tell me is go south? Like what? I'm gonna get this way or something?
We're all tweaked, man. Locke's just feeling it like the rest of us.
So what? I got 5 other guys who are going out there with me, putting our necks on the line to find Charlie and
You never
Claire.
know, south might be the right way.
All I'm saying is, I'm getting sick of being treated like a second-class citizen around here because Mount Baldy can bag a boar.
Mount
He knows a lot
Baldy.
more than how to catch a boar. Mr. Locke's a warrior. He can hunt, he can track, and he's the only one who brought knives. So if it were me, I'd listen to him.
Well, I don't want you to.
Come on, man.
Understand?
Back home, I'm known as something of a warrior myself.
Probably a Dungeons and Dragons club or something along the lines of that. Gaming. Roleplay. Cosplay.
We mark our progress by line of sight. Tie these off so we don't get lost. You can lead us back to camp, right? If nothing happens to me.
I love how you can get...
Maybe better take marker detail.
I love how you can get the sense that it's like almost as if it's like a calling for Locke to do this, to find Claire and Charlie. Like it's his own mission. He's taking it upon himself to do it his responsibility. I love that. And you get the sense the actor reflects that really well. Like he's primed and ready for this. Like he's on it. He's built for this. I love it.
It's gotta be almost 4 o'clock when the sun sets. There's no way.
4:25. And yes, I'm taking a break.
How do you know the time is right though? In this place, like it could operate in a different time zone, so the time itself might be off by 1 or 2 hours.
Would it kill you to give the guy a little space?
Because they're working on an analog, right, and magnetic stuff.
Stop that.
What?
That.
I didn't believe her.
Jack!
Late. I didn't feel like we needed that flash there.
What is it?
Look familiar?
It's Charlie's.
You think it just came off?
No. He's leaving us a trail.
I'm not so sure. There's another trail here.
Maybe Ethan took him off and is misleading them.
We need another.
These are footprints. People moved off this way.
Charlie's leading these for us to follow. They went that way.
Unless Charlie isn't the one leaving them.
Exactly, I just said that.
If Ethan knows that we're behind him, he could be setting up a dummy trail. Take off in one direction, double back in his own footprints.
Wait, now you're a tracker?
You're just full of surprises.
So we've got 2 trails.
Split up,
Let's
yep.
split up. Take that one.
No, we should stay together, Jack.
Why? We've got 2 trails and apparently 2 trackers.
Be careful.
I feel like Kate is Pandora's box, man, just waiting to be opened. She's full of surprises. I guess all the characters are, to be fair. And we're seeing that this episode.
Charlie and Claire. I think Ethan took them.
Ethan took them, huh?
Yeah.
Took them why? And who the hell's Ethan?
This is not a duo I thought would interact with one another, but now that I'm seeing it, I want more of it. They've said a couple lines only.
I don't know. It wasn't on the listing, the manifest.
You ever think he might have lied about his name?
It's stupid to lie about your name.
Alrighty, Tattoo. Where do you think Ethan came from?
Maybe he was already on the island before we were.
Got yourself one hell of an imagination, kid.
There could be lots of other people on the island.
So
Hey.
a tribe of evil natives planted a ringer in the camp to kidnap a pregnant girl and a reject from VH1 has-beens.
Bam.
Yeah, fiendishly clever.
Hey, Walt thinking like
Why
me.
am I getting the evening news from a 6-year-old?
I'm 10.
Okay. Then it must be true.
That 4
You
years.
don't believe me? Ask Saeed. He said we're not alone.
Saeed's back.
Ever watch Star Trek?
Not really.
The crew guys? Shall we go down to the plant with the main guys?
Oh, the red shirts were always...
Captain and
Were they the ones that always died?
they always wore red shirts.
Yeah, yeah, they were. I watched a bit of the original series, and that was the meme. The red shirts were the ones that always got.
Piss poor captain.
Pew 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 pew. And then J.J. Abrams went on to direct Star Trek.
It's John.
John?
Collection supervisor for a box company.
A box company?
They made boxes.
And he worked in a box, technically.
Please slow down.
He said they went this way.
I think they went this way. I'm not as good at this as Locke is.
Jack needs some sleep, man, again.
I'm trying to help Jack.
You know what might help? A little honesty. Just give me something real. Anything.
My dad was in the Army. Ranger Battalion. We're stationed in Fort Lewis, Washington State. We go hiking together. One day we spent 8 hours tracking deer. Being in the woods, it was like his religion. Anything you want to share, Jack?
Oh, thanks for coming in, Jack. Have a seat. The patient was brought to the ER following a car accident, rushed into surgery with massive internal bleeding. You joined me, and in spite of our most heroic efforts, the patient succumbed to her injuries.
Looks like you fixed everything but the patient.
Damn. Cold.
You had no business being in OR.
Accidents happen in surgeries all the time, Jack. That's the truth, and you know it. But if you contradict this report, if you mention alcohol, well, that's the only fact that's going to matter. They'll strip me of my license.
Is that why he went to Australia? Something happened?
Yes.
In terms of, like, this incident?
Well,
I know. I have been hard on you. But that is how you make a soft metal into steel. That is why you are the most gifted young surgeon in this city. I mean, this is a career that is all about the greater good. I've had to sacrifice certain aspects of my relationship with you so that hundreds and thousands of patients will live because of your extraordinary skills. And after what I've given, this is not just about my career, Jack. It's my life.
Crazy. Last episode, you had Claire signing off on, you know, giving her son away after the birth of her son. Then this episode, you have Jack exactly signing something off as well. You know, signing a document to protect his father. Protect his father's image.
Thank you, son. Thank you.
That's got to be Sawyer, right?
Well. I don't know if you Islam's got a concept of karma,
Oh no.
but I get the sense Asylum just served you up a heaping platter of cosmic payback.
What do you want?
Dr. Do-Right doesn't trust me with his antibiotics, so I gotta hump it up here every day to get my meds. You know, a less magnanimous man than I might just be thinking he could beat the ever-living snot out of you right now without fear of reprisal.
You want a shot? Take it. But know that I left this camp out of shame for what I did to you. It was never my intention to return.
Sorry. Fresh out of sweet forgiveness. If it wasn't your intention to return, then why did you?
I was taken prisoner by the French woman.
One who's been sending out a distress signal for 16 years? She's alive.
She was on a science expedition. She said they shipwrecked.
Is she alone?
She said that there are others on this island.
Her people.
No, she believed they had all gotten sick. She murdered her entire team.
Right. And these others, who the hell
I
are they?
don't know. She's never seen them.
Oh, she's never seen them, but she knows they're there.
If you believe her,
Do you?
maybe. Maybe not. But on my way back, I heard something in the jungle surrounding me.
Something like what?
Have you got something to say to me, Sawyer? Or are you going to continue asking me questions you know I don't have the answers to?
Tide's coming up the beach. Plane hull's almost in the water. Kept your signal fire burning.
Okay, so I must have missed that in that episode with Saeed. I didn't know Danielle killed her entire team.
Yeah, I know my bloods can't get in.
Myro,
Yahoo!
I need a 4-3.
Playing the game Locke taught him.
Yes!
No!
Your turn.
He got it.
It's okay. I wasn't very good when I first started playing either.
I didn't just start playing. I took 17th in a tournament once.
17 is not very good.
No, 17th is very good.
Come on, double sixes, double sixes.
Yo,
Oh, you got him.
you gotta be kidding.
I'm lucky.
No one is that lucky.
My dad said I was the luckiest person he ever knew.
Really?
Not Michael, Brian, my other dad. Yeah. Yes! Yes! Come on, one more game, double or nothing.
Can't. I got a meeting.
A meeting?
Yeah, a meeting.
You owe me $20,000.
Go get it.
Oh, they betting 20 racks on it? That's insane.
It's been about 50 minutes since we've seen any sign. So, Boone, what do you do in the real world?
I like this episode how we've sort of had mostly duet or like duo interactions. You know, you had Walt with Sawyer, you had Sawyer with Saeed, you got Boone with Locke. You have, you know, in the flashbacks, it's primarily Jack with his father. You have Jack with Kate this episode. You obviously just had Hurley with Walt. It's primarily been 2-on-2s this episode, like, or, you know, two characters conversing with one another, and we're finding out more about them that way. Even that little interaction with Hurley and Walt, you find out about, you know, possibly Walt's stepfather. So it's very interesting stuff. I love it. And it's great stuff. So I think possibly maybe something happened to his mum and stepfather at the same time, or his stepfather didn't want anything to do with him, and that's why Michael came all the way from LA. But yeah, it's very interesting stuff, and we're, you know, about to find out more about Boone here. And again, I love that extreme wide long shot to establish the scene with Locke and Boone. Again, show how vast this island is, how massive it is. And they look, you know, in terms of trying to find Claire and Charlie, it's almost as if it's a needle in the haystack, and you're going up against someone in Ethan who's potentially been here for longer than them, or he's like, yeah, he's potentially an imposter, or he actually was on the plane and lied about his name, and yeah, or like I said, he's been here for a long time, possibly part of Danielle's crew or another crew, and he just knows the island much better than them.
Guess it doesn't matter, does it? Oh, I'm sure there are people who can handle it temporarily. It's going to start raining in 1 minute. 1 minute. Give or take a few seconds. You should turn around, Bill, and head back. What? Trail's been cold for a quarter mile. Dangerous terrain ahead. You start now, you'll make it back to camp before dark. What about you? I can take care of myself. No, I'm not gonna head back. I admire your courage, but I'm not heading back.
We got Boone, man. I like Boone.
All right.
Woo! That's some crazy ass rain. Embrace it. That's crazy. I was talking about it on stream yesterday. I don't know, it just popped up in my head. They filmed 6 seasons of Lost from 2004 to 2010, I believe. The show ended. So 6 seasons in 6 years. Like, that's absolutely insane, the rate they were churning out these seasons. And I don't know how long it actually took to film these seasons, because they would have been on this island for quite a long time. 22 episodes is a long time. So there would have been a lot of planning that went into this, obviously setting up the production teams on the island. So yeah, a lot of thought would have gone into this. And I was looking at yesterday on stream, Buffy as well started in 1997, finished in 2003 or 2004. No, 2003, sorry, it was a year before Lost premiered. 7 seasons in 6 years, or 7 seasons in 7 years, give or take, with Buffy as well. And I feel like there's no excuses nowadays for shows to take that long in between seasons. Am I right in saying that? I don't know. Like, you see Lost, 22 episode seasons, 40-minute plus episodes, 6 seasons in 6 years. Buffy, 7 seasons, all quality in my opinion, in that, amount of time. It was a season a year. Bang, 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 bang.
Guess we were right.
Maybe the toll was too much on the cast and crew.
Where to now?
They had to slow. Oh my gosh.
Did you hear her?
Hear who?
In the Saeed phase. I love the rainy weather. I love it. Ah. Holy. Oh, damn, man.
If you do not stop following me, I will kill one of them.
Yo, Kate, knock the lights out of this brother.
Do you understand?
Yo, Kate. Kate, where you at, girl?
No more warnings.
That's her husband. He's threatening to sue.
Oh, the negligence case. I talked about it earlier on. If only he knew the proper facts, he'd win.
Are you okay?
How long was I out?
I don't know, a few minutes. You sleep with all the rocks and everything.
Ethan
So she didn't see Ethan at all?
was here.
Banged your head, Jack.
No, he was here.
You have to stop.
Sorry about this formality.
Of course.
Just one final detail. You were aware of the patient's pregnancy when you went into the procedure.
Yo.
Absolutely. The patient's husband had informed the attending in the ER. It was, however, extremely early in the pregnancy, so our primary focus had to be on the mother.
Well, now it's on site.
Okay, then. I think we're done here. A final report will be filed.
I didn't come into the OR until well into the procedure.
Jack.
I was warned by one of the nurses that my father was operating.
Under the influence. Yeah, under the influence,
By
yeah.
the time I got there, it was clear that my father was not only incapacitated, but that he had also severed the patient's hepatic artery, which, in my professional opinion, caused the crisis which led to her death.
He had to get that off his chest. Oh. He ain't dead, right? See, you're not only battling against other humans, you're battling against the island itself, the terrain, the trees, everything. The rain, the mud.
I'm breathing.
Gonna have to perform CPR potentially. He's gonna have to bring this one back to life. He ain't losing another one. I was about to say, if he's been hung up for that long, he's probably been gone for a while now.
Come on!
Yeah, man, we lost Charlie already.
No.
Jack!
Come on!
Stop!
Come on!
Yo, if he manages this, fair play. My word, he did it. He didn't give up. Never give up, John Cena. They had us in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, Kate, how can you not go for Jack after you seeing something he did like that? Like, after you seeing what he did right there.
They brought Charlie back, but he hasn't said anything since he came back.
They find Claire?
Claire. What? That's all they wanted.
He said they.
All they wanted was Claire.
Something to do with the child, man. It's something to do what she was dreaming about. Some sacrifice to the island, I don't know.
I'm sure they just made camp for the night.
Maybe he did 2 trails, one
Is
leading,
anyone on this island that your brother's safe with? It's Locke.
hopefully, one leading to Charlie, and then another.
Are we lost?
So maybe splitting up was the
No,
right
we're not
decision.
lost. Sorry, it's just... All right, John. I'm gonna follow the strip back. Suit yourself.
Ah, man. Wrong time, wrong time. Too late in the night.
You need this more than I do.
Okay. Some metal.
Steel. That be part of the plane?
Jack's father said something before in the episode about turning something into
wreckage?
steel, I believe. Maybe an underground system?
What is that? That's what we're gonna find out.
Are we going to end on another cliffhanger? Yo, we have still not found the Australian man. There is no hint about what's going on with Claire, and I don't like it. I don't like it. We need to save the Australian, ladies and gentlemen. We need to save the Australian. What the heck is going on? What the heck is going on? Oh, man, we go in like that. I love now, listen, usually before like the first couple of episodes, we'll sort of wrapping up or sort of having, episodic story arcs where it's like one episode would have a conclusion, like sort of like its own sort of beginning, middle, and end. Like each episode would have that, and it'd resolve that. But it seems like with this one, it possibly might be a 3-story episode arc, but it's going to be something that's continuous now. It seems like these cliffhangers might be a recurring thing now with these episodes after the show has found its feet and established most of the characters or established most of the core group. But we still haven't got most of the, like, we still haven't got a couple of flashbacks of certain characters. I think Boone, Shannon, we haven't had. Michael, we haven't had. Walt, we haven't had. Hurley. Are we going to get those as the show progresses? And, we've seen we possibly might get more and more. We saw that this episode with Jack. So, yeah, fantastic stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I really am enjoying the mystery that's going on at the moment with Ethan, who are the other individuals on the island. Danielle possibly could be involved too. And them kidnapping Claire. Why do they need Claire? And it has something probably to do with her visions and maybe them taking away her child from her. So, yeah, I cannot wait to see how it all plays out, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. It's been your boy, Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.